Welcome back to the award-winning Brad Miller time. Here we have with our first guest, Mike Seachy, and what we're going to do is we're going to ask our guests about what they did over the holiday break, maybe some things that they hope to attain in the new 2011. So, Mike, why don't you just start off by telling our guests, what you did over Christmas break, where you went, and maybe something cool you got for Christmas.
For Christmas break, I didn't really do much. Got to see a lot of family, spent time with the parents, stuff like that, a lot of friends and stuff like that. The only cool Christmas present I really got maybe was a new tattoo. Got inked up. I might have a little sickness with that. I like getting tattoos, and for the young kids out there, I don't recommend it, but it's something I did with all my buddies, so it was kind of a cool thing we did together. But that was probably the only cool thing I did over Christmas.
Cool. It's got a little paint job on the body. I like that. Mike, why don't you tell us about maybe what are your weaknesses in life that maybe you look to build on for 2011?
Well, I think you can always be a better person. I think the one thing that I really want to build on is giving back to the community maybe a little more. Doing for others more than I do for myself. So that was kind of my New Year's resolution.
That's pretty honorable, Mike. Getting out, giving back to the kids, going to schools, maybe doing a little reading. I know I've read a couple times to some kids. Not that I'm not even that good of a reader, to be honest with you, but hopefully the kids like that.
Yeah, it's like Tupac always said, it's time to make some changes.
Absolutely. I respect that. Well, Mike, thanks for being on the show. You're a great guest. We love having you on.
Thanks, Mara. It's nice to hear that. Mike Seachy here, doing a little role reversal in the cleanest bathroom in Grand Forks, my bathroom. Yeah, take a look around. Here with Mario Lamaroo. He does a lot of hosting, so we wanted to ask him what you did over Christmas break and maybe a cool thing you got for Christmas.
Well, actually, I was in Grand Forks again for the whole Christmas break. All my family got to come home. We got to make fun of each other for like a whole week, and probably by the end, we all probably wanted to kill each other. But I'm not a real sensitive guy, but my sisters and brothers sometimes get a little sensitive, so that's tough. But we love each other, and what did I get for Christmas? Well, actually, probably the coolest gift, I didn't even get it, but my sister got a new dog. It's a little basset hound, got monster ears, and actually my other dog at home doesn't really like it too much, and George is the new one, and it follows Lucy around and tries to sniff her butt and stuff, but she doesn't like that too much, so she's trying to mark her territory, but that was probably the coolest gift.
Can I ask where you got the name George from?
Well, actually, it's a funny story. We were down between George, Huey, and Murphy were the names. Couldn't decide. So we put a napkin, puts food on each one, and we just let George do his thing, and we'll see, okay, whatever one he goes to, that's what the name's going to be. And he actually walked right by Murphy and went to George, which was in the middle, and ate off that one, and George it is.
That's one of the cooler things I've ever seen, how to name a dog. Last up here, your New Year's resolution. Anything you want to change about yourself to improve going into the new year?
Actually, there's a few things that I want to change. Obviously, every year I tell myself, I want to eat healthier, I want to live a healthier lifestyle, and I'm actually going to try and stay away from cookies and chocolate and stuff like that. But it is tough when my grandma provides me with like hundreds of cookies, every time I go over there, because I usually go over once a week and clean for my grandma, because that's what a good grandson should do. And she always gives me cookies and stuff and gives me food. So I want to lay off, try to lose a couple holiday poundages, and maybe talk a little cleaner with my mouth. Sometimes I get a little inappropriate, and hopefully I can improve on that.
That's good. Good to hear. Always need a few things to improve on. So it looks like Mars got his life figured out right now. And thanks for letting me interview you. You do a lot of the interviewing. So it was nice to hear what you have to say about a subject.
Thanks, Mike. Here we are with our final guest, Ryan Hill. And Ryan, why don't you tell us about what you did over the Christmas break?
Well, the usual, just hung out with family, friends. open presents. I don't know, just the usual stuff.
What was the coolest gift you got, or the one that you appreciated most?
Let's see. Again, kind of the usual stuff. I got money, clothes. I got a new iPod, which I needed. Nothing too special, I guess.
Yeah, personally, I would say that having an iPod is pretty special, but sometimes people take that for granted. And Ryan, why don't you tell us about maybe what your New Year's resolution is, something you're trying to improve on in life?
I guess I haven't really thought about this too much, but since you sabotaged me, but I guess I'll go kind of the opposite of what you said your New Year's resolution was. Probably should try to put on a few pounds, try to gain probably 10 pounds or so. I think that would benefit me and my game and myself.
Yeah, Ryan, he's a pretty skinny guy. He's got chiseled abs. There's a few people out there that probably know that personally, but Ryan, he works out really hard, great work ethic, and 10 pounds, I absolutely can see you attaining that.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully.
All right, Ryan, thanks for being on the show, and thanks again, all my Brad Miller Time viewers. Me and Brett, we love you, and we'll see you next week.